Hello everyone, this is Mr. Tanner, and for this set of notes, we're going to be looking at the two different types of seismic waves that are produced during earthquakes. And those are, of course, the P waves and the S waves. We're going to start with P waves since they move faster and they get to their target first. So P waves are primary waves. P stands for primary. We call them this because, like I said, they're faster. So when we have recording stations for earthquakes, the P wave always hits that recording station first. It's the primary wave that they see. So P waves are faster, but they are less damaging than S waves. They're very, very fast, but they move in straight lines, so they don't do nearly as much damage. And the reason they move in straight lines is because they are a type of wave known as a longitudinal wave. So longitudinal waves travel in straight lines, and this allows them to pass through liquids. So if we're looking at a type of longitude wave in this image, this picture right here, we're going to label this. So first of all, the wave is propagating in this direction. It would be from this like plunger that's pushing it forward. And we see two different regions here. There's a region where all these particles, whether it's the ground or air or whatever it is, where they're really compressed. And this is called compression. So that's the compression part of the wave. And then we also have regions where the particles are a lot more spread out. And this is rarefaction. So those are the two parts of this longitudinal wave. From one area of compression to the next is the wavelength. So longitudinal waves can also have different wavelengths. But again, they're just moving straight. And if you look at my website, you'll see a nice animated version of this drawing that shows the wave propagating or moving in the direction of the arrow up above. The second type of wave that is produced by earthquakes is called an S wave. They're slower, so they get there second, which is why they are secondary waves. So the S stands for secondary. S waves, like I said, are slower than P waves, but they are more damaging. They do a lot more destruction than the P wave. And the reason why they're so much more destructive is because these are not longitudinal waves. S waves are transverse waves. And transverse waves kind of curve back and forth as they move along. And also because of this, they cannot pass through liquids. P waves do pass through liquids. S waves cannot. So again, we're looking at a drawing of this transverse wave here. The wave would still be moving in this direction, but it's moving up and down and back and forth. And we're going to label the structures of this. So first, if you go from the very crest of that wave down to the middle of the wave, that's called the amplitude. The amplitude is the height of the wave. The bottom of the wave is the trough. The top of the wave is the crest. And then from one crest to the next, or from one trough to the next, is the wavelength. So they can both have, P waves and S waves both have wavelengths. They're just different types of waves. And then the way we measure the size of these waves is with something called the Richter scale. So this measures the amplitude, sometimes written as magnitude. So also you'll see this as magnitude of the seismic waves, and they assign it a number between 1 and 10. But each step up on the Richter scale means the amplitude is 10 times bigger. So a magnitude 2 is 10 times stronger than magnitude 1. A magnitude 3 is 10 times stronger than a magnitude 2, which means it's 100 times larger than a magnitude 1 earthquake. And that continues on up. Like a magnitude 7 is 10 times larger than a magnitude 6 earthquake. So by the time you get to a magnitude 6, it's 1,000,000 times stronger than a magnitude 1 earthquake. So the Richter scale, the earthquakes get very, very destructive very quickly as we go up that Richter scale. So again, please look at the website for animations of both longitudinal waves and transverse waves. Hope this notes helps. Thanks for watching.